by Grosh.
Hello.
Who is my favourite UEA caster.
Yes. We're Team UEA.
Team UEA right here, right now. It's going to be superb. So we're just waiting for the players to get into Picks and Bans. They are there now. This is week 2 of the Cyber Gaming Tournament. It's day 1, and we have the MBC team versus Poro. What? It's Poro's Liberate Poros, isn't it?
Poro Liberation Front.
Ah, Poro Liberation Front. That's where I've been going wrong.
Yeah. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but I think we'll be okay.
Should be fine. And we are into the Picks and Bans. Casting banned out here by MBC. We have to see who's going to be banned out by the Poro Liberation Front.
Yeah, I think the casting ban is a good move by MBC. They're casting very strong mid laner at the moment. You know, pretty standard bans, and the Fiddlesticks ban as well. You know, dandy chat, something like 600 ranked games on Fiddlesticks. It's pretty much to be expected.
Yeah, this is a Diamond 1 Fiddlesticks main. I'm not that surprised that it got banned out against him.
No.
Lee Sin as well coming out from MBC, so they really don't want to face up against that blind monk in the jungle. And there's still some really powerful champions out there. It's Jax, it's Kayle, there's lots of strong sort of top lane and mid lane picks, and Yasuo getting banned out as well.
Yeah. I'm pleased with the Lee Sin pick. I mean, that shows that Dandy Chap wants to play something that might not want to be invaded early on. He might want to play something a little bit late game, sort of power.
Yeah.
Yasuo, great ban as well. Very strong champion. Works well in a lot of team comps. I'll be surprised if this Braum gets through. I think he's very strong at the moment.
Definitely.
And so I kind of that's what I'm expecting. Or the Jax ban as well. That's a pretty standard sort of ban.
Braum.
There's the Braum. Yeah.
Not surprising at all. I mean, Kayle is still free, but she was recently nerfed, of course, a halving on some of her ability power ratio, so might not be first picked here. There are, however, some more champions available, and someone has left one of my ranked teams, which is a shame. But also, I don't play ranked teams that much. Evelyn being locked in straight away. I was going to say, wouldn't be surprised if Dandy Chap decided to go for that Evelyn.
Yeah, I think Evelyn is... Whoa, the insta-lock on the Syndra from testing there as well. But the Evelyn pick, I think Evelyn is a very good jungler. And banning the Lee Sin kind of allows her to be a little bit more free in that jungle because, you know, she can be kind of fragile in those early stages of the game, and that Lee Sin being able to find her and kill her is a very real possibility. So that's going to make her sort of early pressure as well just really powerful.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be very strong in the early game, and I'm wondering who we're going to see the Poro Liberation Front pick up here, because there's Lucian's still free, and he's probably the best AD carry in the game at the moment, along with Kog'Maw and Tristana if you go for that Blade of the Ruin King build. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him picked up, but because you haven't seen the opposing bot lane, it's very difficult to decide who you want to pick this early. Thresh is still available as well. Manic yet to pick a champion. Is it going to be a last minute lock-in? It's Janna. And Janna does counteract that Thresh.
Yeah, and especially with the addition to that of the Ardent Sensor that we saw a patch or two ago. Janna's kind of been rising in popularity with the way her shield kind of works on that item, but it'll be interesting to see kind of the matchups that she goes against. Morgana's very popular at the moment and is reasonably good against that Janna. And the same could be said for Leona, still very popular in this meta. And I think Janna somewhat struggles with that as well.
Yeah, Janna does have that Tornado, the Howling Gale, to knock away Leona if she comes in with a Zenith Blade, but it is very much a skill-dependent matchup. Oh, we do actually have people jumping out here, so let's jump back to our other screen and see what is happening. Amgaz. Oh, someone was AFK, apparently.
Okay, it's a remake.
A remake. Manic was AFK, so he didn't actually mean to pick Janna, surprisingly.
Yes.
Not played that much as the support, and I would have expected to see a Thresh or a Leona or Morgana, as you were saying, before that Janna was picked up. So I'm not that surprised by the fact that Manic picked Janna and was AFK. I'll get there in the end. I'm sure my sentences make sense to someone somewhere in the world.
Yes, somewhere, somehow. Yeah, so just waiting on these guys to come back, and we'll get this next game underway. Same picks and bans. Same. I think the same picks, or the same band certainly is how it's going to go. So, and then we should be able to hopefully sort of rocket through these and get back to where we were before.
That's definitely the hope. I mean, we haven't really talked about these two teams individually. Of course, I don't want to say this name, but their name is Mingeberry Crunch. Mingeberry Crunch do have a very high level ranked team. Like they're mostly diamonds with 1 platinum 4 in there, 5 first ace of course on their AD carry. And if we look at that compared to the Poro Liberation Front,
who are actually running a few subs in this game as well.
I think they're running 3 subs, aren't they? Pooman, Wu, Baby Buns, and Heimenklinger, I think, are all subs.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. So I mean, matchup-wise, it's not going to be the easiest or fairest of matchups, but it's the nature of the game. And we're back into picks and bans. These are going to come through quick and fast.
Yeah. Chuck them out as quickly as possible. Castin, Fiddlesticks, Lee Sin, Jax, not Jax, Yasuo, and Braum were the bans, weren't they?
Yeah, that's the bans.
Sort of, apart from that, Fiddlesticks commonly see bans in every level of ranked play, and I'm wondering, we saw the Evelyn picked up. Now, Evelyn is part of a couple of main team compositions that you go for. Either you go for the AoE team composition, which is where Evelyn flanks around the side, uses that Agony's Embrace from behind, and then manages to get some AoE damage off, comboing it with a Leona Ultimus as well, that Solar Flare coming down, or even I was going to say an Amumu, but that really doesn't work because you'd have 2 junglers on your team.
It could be an Amumu support. We've seen it from Edward on Gambit. So
yeah, but that was when Targon's Embrace was Targon's Brace, so he's a lot stronger in those days, so probably not going to be picked up. But I really do expect to see that AoE team coming out here from the MBC team.
Oh, there's the other comp which was characterized in Korea a couple of months back, which was the Evelyn Submarine.
Yes,
with the
invisible submarine.
The invisible submarine, and especially with Twitch being as strong as he is now, we could see the triple threat submarine. I'd love to see that.
That would be gorgeous. An invisible Evelyn running in with a Shen ult on top of her, but Shen, of course, that ult is slightly bugged at the moment. I've obviously had too much Newcastle Brown already, and it's only 7 o'clock. We're here all night, guys. It's Aaron and Aaron, Sona and Grosh, the Norfolkonian lads.
That's it. So we've seen quick picks out of these guys. Zyra coming in, the Morgana as well. Great pickup from the Mingeberry Crunch, and Anivia dropped in for that mid lane. I like that Anivia pick a lot. And we're just waiting on the Poro Liberation Front to see what they're going to go with. They've already locked in that Misfortune.
Teemo. No, it's not going to be a Teemo. It's definitely it's not going to.
It's like Baby Buns
entertain the idea of Teemo-ness in this game. Although Baby Buns playing Teemo's quite small, looks a bit cute, sort of like a teddy bear. So that would be an appropriate champion for the name.
No way.
Kale. Kale is not surprising.
A very, very powerful top laner. Very, very. They're a very powerful top laner at the moment, and it would be interesting to see what they go with, to see how they want to match up against this Kale. Because Lulu, popularising the top laner at the moment as well, does very well against this Kale, for the most part. Both very good sustained damage, magic damage dealers.
Yeah, so I wanted to see that Lulu pick, because then the Poro Liberation Front, if they pick the Snow Queen Lulu or Snow Princess Lulu or whatever, actually she creates a Poro. So they would have been living up to their name in having a Poro in the game, who they were liberating.
Well, I'm surprised that they banned Braum in the first place, really, because Braum is the quintessential liberator of Poros.
Yeah, brings freedom for those Poro masses.
So looking like Lucian's going to be locked in here. That's Lucian, Morgana, very standard, strong lane.
Yeah.
Great in that mid-game point. And really, that's when Evelyn becomes a very good, powerful champion. Same for Lulu as well. And Anivia I think Anivia just got really good scaling all the way through. If she can get those blue buffs. If she doesn't get those blue buffs, it can be a rocky and turbulent journey for her.
A treacherous icy road for the ice bird to travel along. It looks like she's going to be up against Tessin there on that Syndra, and I was watching in chat and people were like, oh, they let Tessin pick Syndra, that's amazing. So obviously Tessin's played the Syndra quite a bit and does really enjoy that champion. He's taking Ignite as well, so
if Tessin, if he can do if he can isolate a target and find someone and take them out, especially if he goes a DFG kind of build, if you can pick someone off like the Lucian or the Lulu, and even just completely delete them, and you can make these team fights that 4v5, and that is really, really difficult to deal with because they're just this kind of, the Mingeberry Crunch are this kind of sustained long-term team fights. They've got a lot of sort of sustained damage dealt by the Lulu, by the Anivia, and by the Evelynn, and by the Lucian. Whereas, you're looking at the side of the Poro Liberation Front, they're just like, right, we pick this guy, kill him, pick this guy, kill him, and just keep going and just try and mow over each other.
It's definitely a burst comp coming out from Poro Liberation Front,
yes,
as opposed to,
absolutely,
like you said, that long-term damage comp coming out from the Mingeberry Crunch. They've got Lucian. You want to get that Light Slinger off as often as possible. You want to get Anivia ult hitting as many people for as long as possible. Get that Crystallize up, get the wall around as well, and just try and block people off. And yes, Dandy Champ will be running around the side and probably getting Wild Growth and having that Agnes Embrace, but he's there to catch people so that they can start getting that AoE down and start prolonging the team fight, because people are slowed and they can't get away. And then you've got Morgana jumping in with the Soul Shackles as well. She's going to be slowing people down, just so you have, it's sort of a long-term chase comp.
And I think for the most part, that's great against the Kayle, because Kayle is this champion where you just go, the damage you're dealing to this target is no longer possible because I've just made him gone. Yeah, so if your damage is the same from the beginning to the end, it's like, when do I ult? Yeah. There is no kind of, this is an exact moment that I should ult because LeBlanc's come charging in or something, there is no clear identifier, and that
there's no burst. There's no burst at all.
So I think it will make it very difficult for Kayle to make decisions around who she should or should not ult. I like the Xin Zhao early. I think the Xin early can do a lot of work
against an Anivia.
Yeah, and the same for Lulu as well. Quite fragile laners. And he can kind of get in there, got really, really solid base damages, does a lot of sort of good, strong AD damage in those early levels. And if he can get in, he could cause havoc in these lanes early on and really sort of make Dandy Chat have to work as a jungler.
Yeah, and you have to be worried about that AD damage, don't you, Glosh? The AD damage... The attack damage is the worst type of damage.
The attack damage is exactly
basically doubly damaging for your team. But I think the whole premise of these two teams is that Poro Liberation Front are going for this burst comp. They want to catch someone out, get a grasping boots on them, hit them up with Stranglethorns, and burst them down as much as possible. Whereas the MBC, Mingeberry Crunch, they're looking for you try to burst someone down, Anivia has Egg, Lulu has Wild Growth to put on whoever she wants, Morgana has her Black Shield as well to keep them safe, Lucian can jump away with his Relentless Pursuit as well if he needs to, and with the heal as well, it's going to keep him very safe. So it's going to be you tried to burst us down, you didn't manage it, now we're going to face you, we're going to get up into your faces and do as much damage as we can.
So I think what this game is going to really come down to is vision control. Yeah. And if Poro can get the vision that they need, control the way that the MBC play, and keep them kind of in the dark about what's going on, and be able to pick people off very quickly, they could have a lot of success around the objective play. And now it's a 5v4, or now it's a 4v3, now we can take this objective, now we can take this tower. If they can do that and get to the point where they have the gold lead to just burst someone even through the Lulu ult or even through the Black Shield, then you're in you can be in a lot of problems from the side of MBC. But if they don't do that, we'll just see MBC just walk over them, because they just do that sustained damage. Lulu does AD carry levels of magic damage later on in the game. Anivia is just the AoE ice bird, That's what she does. But I like both comps. I like them.
Did Team Spirit Anivia get a splash art update?
I think she did, probably around Independence Day.
Yeah, because she's got the Freyord symbol on her front now.
Yes.
And so I couldn't remember that being there before. If it was there before, that is superb planning by Riot, because that's
such planning.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are just into loading screen, guys. Everyone is getting up and ready for the game. Like, we talked a lot about sort of the mid lane and the top lane with the Lulu into Kayle matchups and the Syndra into Anivia matchups. Bot lane, however, there's a double heal coming out here from the Poro Liberation Front. How do you think that's going to work?
I don't like the double heal, because I think the exhaust on the Morgana is going to make a big difference in that late game or those later on fights. And the Zyra's not going to have that. We might see some heavy aggression, because if they can minimize the stacking of the heals, they can potentially out-trade them. Because that exhaust, if you use that exhaust and then kind of back away, you can kind of waste the spell if they kind of mind games them a little bit. So depending on how they trade, that could really decide how this lane is. And Morgana is not the strongest early laner. Zyra is a very poke-heavy support champion. Yeah. If she can kind of get in there and get stuck in and do a lot of work and really harass this Morgana, there could be problems. But Lucian's...
The main thing with that exhaust is you were talking about if you can use it on a single spell. If you use it on Syndra, when she's using that unleashed power, she gets no damage. It's tiny amounts of damage coming out from her. So it's going to be really big if they can manage to set that up properly. Let's just rearrange our summoner icons as we are into the game, onto the Rift. See some quick buys coming out here from the MBC, and they're going to run up towards what looks like... Ooh, lots of pings coming out. They're actually going to go across towards defending their own red.
Yes, I like this. I like this. So I want to see a passive start really from both of these teams. Maybe something could be done from the Poro Liberation front with that Stranglethorns available for the Zyra. You could get a really nice pick starting with the 3 Talon Strike-ons. Xin is not a bad start. Is the ideal start for you in the jungle as well. So you can get the knock up with that route, but movement from MBC here.
Yeah, they're coming across towards this blue buff. No one's here at the moment. Xin Zhao has decided to start red himself, so he's not going to be spotted out, and they're going to be able to secure this blue for themselves. I wonder if they're going to try and give this across towards Anivia, because her with an early blue buff would be incredible. But no, Chaos is backing away, and they're just going to secure this for Evelyn there on Dandy Chat playing that Evelyn. Oh, Morgana, across from the side. Nice ward there in the bush. Beautifully placed, going to spot out the fact that there is an invade going on, and it looks like there are pings across here from the Poro Liberation front onto the blue buff here of NBC.
They backing away wisely, I think. Right, I think this is just getting that vision so they can decide the route that Xin Zhao is going to take. I think that's smart play to back out there, realizing they've been kind of spotted out. And deciding that, hang on a second, this is maybe not the safest of places to be.
I realise my mini-map is ever so slightly too large at the moment, so I'm just going to fix the size on it so that we can see it properly. Sorry about
that. So blue buff starting out. So both starting on this top side of the jungle, which means that we could see a lot of action in either this mid or this bottom lane once they've got their second buff. So I think really is all they wanted to do is identify where Xin Zhao was starting because of his strength in that early levels. They want to identify where he's starting and then keep a close eye on how his route's going to go for these other laners.
Oh, definitely. A homing clinger here on Morgana, Mistress Fortune trying to get some CS here, but going to be pushed back a little bit. Morgana putting some nice rest, and the binding lands. Homing clinger's going very low. Grasping Boots heal has been used there. He has to back away on about 170 health there. First Fire Fist Ace on that Lucian going to be very high. Oh, so much damage. Another heal used, but of course that heal not doing quite as much heal because of the reduced healing you get if you've used it recently.
Yes, and that's the problem that I talked about in earlier on is and the bind.
Puman Wu caught out again. 5 and 6. There's the first blood picked up there by Lucian. They're going to try and get some extra damage down to Homing Klinger. That passive form is up, but she's going to have to use that and then come back into lane as quickly as possible because Mistress Fortune isn't going to get any CS if she's pushed back to that tower.
No. A great little move there from that bot lane just to secure that first blood and just showing the weakness of the heal with the double heal.
I realise you're having a couple of issues with the overlay, guys. It's we had to do it very quickly, I'm afraid, so we weren't able to get it quite as well as it was last week, but I promise in the future it will be just as good as it always has been for you guys. But we are into a pause. That first blood coming out from Lucian, obviously, really, well, I don't want to say easy, but it was a couple of Morgana bindings. Puman Hu, overstayed his welcome, got caught out, and just went down.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's showing the power of that early Lucian as well. You know, he just does so much damage with that piercing light and the double proc on his passive. Just really solid trades whilst they're snared up from the Dark Binding. Great. Just a nice little move there that we saw from NBC.
Okay, I've just been told by one of the players that this is going to last for about 3 minutes or so. So I'm going to put some music on, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys. Well, as you can see on the screen, guys, we have got that reconnect back in, so hopefully the game will be starting any second now. I am Sona, my co-caster, as always, well, I say always, as for the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds of this game, well, has been Grosh.
Yes. Thank you.
The power of
for that
Grosh.
Beautiful reintroduction. Sona.
Well, I try, man. I try my hardest. We are back into the game, and players resumed, and minions are getting attacked by auto attacks, and that is basically what's happening in this game.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So Xin Zhao just coming down here to kind of just clear up a little bit of that XP and that gold. Wow. Kale's not having a great time against this Lulu. Not at all.
Boots pot start, which is a bit odd in all honesty, especially against the Lulu. Actually has to flash away. The flash auto attacks and chaos. Beautiful play there on Lulu. Picks up the kill, but as I was saying, Boots Pots doesn't tend to work out in that top lane anymore.
No, not at all. I'm really surprised that he didn't go towards that Doran's routing. It's such a solid item, and you know, in the cost-effective passive that you get from those last hitting for extra mana on the minions, it just helps you out in the early game with the health and everything else. It's good bang for its buck.
It is good bang for its buck, and that is definitely what Baby Buns needs in that top lane. Although talking about banging Baby Buns is probably not the best idea when we are live on air.
I'm now probably on some kind of list somewhere.
Yeah, you've definitely got caught up in some NSA shit right now.
Right, So we see Xin Zhao hanging around in this bot lane, hopefully trying to get something on, but it seems like he's very much aware.
Oh, Pooman Wu getting caught out again, flashes away. First stage actually going way too close there. Lucian, black shield on him. Morgana almost gets down. Oh, so close. She's going to go back in. Hyman Kling is very low. Gets taken out by Mr. Smickles on that Morgana. Pooman Wu is going to have to run away. Morgana, oh, double kill there for Xin Zhao. Manic picking up 2 in a 2-for-1 trade.
Nice move from Poro Liberation Front. Nice move. Yeah. A little bit of an overextension there from Lucian, thinking that he could get another kill.
Dandy Chap in the top lane, though. He's coming in invisible. He's going to jump onto Baby Bunter. Is it going to be enough? It should be. It's not. Dandy Chap has to get shielded to be able to get away. One more tower shot would have taken him down, but the tower was just on the side of the Mingeberry crunch today.
Yeah. But then in this mid lane, a lot of action with Tessin versus Anivia. Anivia's passive has been procced as well, whilst all that action was going on in that bottom lane. So this matchup, I think this is going to be pretty explosive against this Syndra Anivia.
Yeah, until Anivia hits level 6, she really doesn't have that much that she can do in lane, because you're using that Glacial Storm to proc your Frostbite passive to be able to get off all that extra damage on the rest of your spells. So she's not going to be able to do much until she hits level 6. Do you see a double Doran's Ring coming out from Syndra? So she's going for the early damage. Going to try and burst down this bird as much as she can. Going to have some roast chicken for lunch. Or dinner, actually, because it's like 8 o'clock now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think when we see Syndra hit 6, we're going to see a very aggressive play from her. Especially whilst that passive's down, it's kind of a window of opportunity, really. And Nivea hanging around. Probably.
Pooman Hu going to get caught out by Dandy Chap. So much damage from that Evelyn. Lucian picks up one. They're going to chase onto this Mrs. Fortune. She gets caught out as well. There's the Lightbringer. Is it enough? One more. Oh, she hit. Hey, here comes Evelyn from the side, though. One tower auto attack flashes away. Manages to survive a 2-for-0 exchange. Nice play there by Evelyn.
Dandy Chap, the bravest jungler. So brave. But seeing this roam from Syndra, he's out. He's fine. He's free.
Fine.
But Lucian does need to be very, very careful. Syndra's at that power point now where she hits that level 6. She's got that unleashed power, which is scary, scary amounts of damage.
Oh, most definitely. She's coming across towards the mid lane. Has got that pink ward as well. Going to place that down. Going to try and farm herself up. She is 6 CS behind on Last Light. Not that surprising. Anivia does farm very well and has now hit that level 6 as well. So she's just trying to get as much of that CS, push Syndra into the lane so that she can't roam in the way that she would want to. And we see Bilgewater Cutlass being picked up here by Lucian in the bottom lane against 2 longswords coming out from that MF. Probably building towards Bilgewater herself, but it could also be a Brutalizer.
Yes. I mean, since they changed Miss Fortune's ult to physical damage all those years ago with Black Cleaver, it has potential. I mean, it has potential, but this Mingeberry Crunch team is not going to be a heavy armor stacking kind of squad, so I don't really feel like a Brutalizer is going to be the best of itemizations for Miss Fortune here.
Ooh, Manic's coming in the side here. He's going to get spotted out by Anivia. They're not going to be able to get anything out of that. Just nice positioning there by Last Light on Anivia. Knew that there was someone around. Going to place a ward down there as well so they can spot out that Xin Zhao, who is roaming around Evelyn's jungle in the way that Evelyn tends to roam around other people's jungles, really. So she is near the mid lane, not going to be spotted out by any wards here. Still invisible. Oh, this is beautiful play by Anivia. She's going to get engaged upon. Here comes Dandy Chap, Evelyn from the side. Oh, nicely done. The wall is not enough. Unleashed power as well. Wow. Dandy Chap gets melted down, but here comes Lucian from the side. Lightbringer going to be lots of damage, but not enough to take down Syndra. And going to back away. Nice
little move there from Syndra. Realising the Evelyn is not a very tanky champion at all in these early levels. And Xin Zhao jumping straight on there with that unleashed power, you're not going to survive for very long at all.
Not at all. As much as Evelyn is great for that early roam, got that invisibility, you can't get caught out like that. Cause she's got the spirit of the Elder Lizard as well. So that's a lot of damage coming out, but not really that much tankability at all.
No, I think we'll see her rush that Hex Drinker next, because there's just so much damage coming out from this Syndra, and it's only going to get worse, really.
Yeah. I'd like to see what Tessin does decide to pick up on that Syndra, because some people say Death Tower Grasp is the only way for Syndra, but others will say she's got good ability power ratios. She can go for that sort of Athene's Unholy Grail into the Rabadon's Death Cap and just get that sort of sustained damage to a fight, not needing to Death Tower Grasp someone to kill them.
I mean, against this team, you're not looking at very tanky champions at all, really. Not a lot of damage now.
Yeah, Lucian taking a lot of damage. Actually going to try and fight here. There's a heal coming out. Exhaust going down, and that means Heimenklinger there has to flash away. Pumanhu taking very low here on this Zyber as well. Dandy Chap is hiding in the bush. He's not going to be spotted. There is a ward there, but of course, it's not a pink ward. Here comes Zinzao from the side. Manic going to try and jump in. He does onto Lucian. Lucian going to get taken very low. Nice binding there. Point blank range onto Manic. There's a fight over the top side. Dandy Chap against 2, and he's going to take them both out. Manic going very low. He gets taken down as well. A triple kill, but there's the Zyber passive picking up 1 for herself as well. And Nivea getting knocked to the side. Unleashed power. There's the egg as well. No one's going to be able to get there in time. Tessin isn't going to have the damage though. He's going to have to run away because Anivia, of course, coming back with full health, has got that blue burst. Well, he's going to go very low. Crystallize gets flashed away, and Syndra manages to survive in the mid lane. And Chaos on that.
Picking himself on that turret.
First tower, yeah.
Crazy action in this bottom lane. We said it would be an explosive lane, and boy, are they're putting a lot of resources into this bottom lane to get this Lucian into a strong power point.
It's strange though, because it's for Lucian to get in a strong power point, but Evelyn got all 3 kills there. So
yeah, that's exactly.
Yes, Lucian is like 2, 2, and 3, and that's good, and he's 9 CS, 8 CS ahead as well. But it's not really like he didn't get the 3 kills. He's not 5 and 2. And
we see
here
the
comes
gank
Zinzao into the mid lane. Last light flashes away, but a ward across here. He's going to get jumped on. Manic is going to do a huge amount of damage, and he picks up another kill for himself. So both junglers now 4-1 and 1. Yeah,
very good play from both of these junglers. He found himself Evelyn, though.
Ooh, yeah, Evelyn here on to Zinzao. Here comes Lulu as well. Should be 1 dead Zin. Wild Growth coming out. Tessin in a bad position. Mispositioning there. Chaos picks up a kill for himself. And he's 3-0 now.
This Evelyn is getting very, very scary.
Heimenklinger coming from the side, but you don't really want to chase a level 8 Evelyn when you're only a level 6 MF. Has to back away, and look at Baby Runs. He's not having fun at all. 2 levels behind his lane opponent. He's only got those 2 daggers and the mana regeneration as well. And Athene's Unholy Grail already finished there for Lulu.
Yeah, there's such a large CS and just gold advantage between both of these teams. Between those top laners, certainly, and actually in the teams in general. 20k to 15.4. They're doing the Dragon now, which is another 1500 gold.
Just getting caught out again. The Culling comes down. Oh, nice block there with the plants, but here comes Last Light from the side, and Nivea going to do a huge amount of damage. Beautiful Crystallize, and Heimenklinger gets taken out. Zinzao jumping into the back line. Lucian manages to jump away. Double kill there for Nivea. He's going to keep chasing here. Actually decides to back away. They've got the Dragon. That's going to be another bit of go for them. 7,000 in the lead now. And everyone is going to return to their bases. Morgana coming in from the side here. Tessin might get caught out. Dark Binding lands. They're going to tank up the tower for a couple of shots. And Fire Fist stays on that. Lucian. Ooh, Mr. Smickles. That was very close.
Very.
Getting taken out in the top lane as well. A couple of water attacks. And Chaos picks up his 4th kill of the game.
Yeah. And that's just the top lane. That's just the gold advantage just shining through there. Just out sustain damage. And, you know, hit the Glitter Lance. And you can pretty much chase forever on Lulu.
Especially when you're 4-0 and have that mana regeneration as well from the Athene's Unholy Grail.
Absolutely.
No one is getting away from you then. And a needlessly large rod being picked up.
Yeah, oh, wow. That Lulu's is gonna do a lot of damage at the moment and have a lot of utility as well. And that's really what this mid-game Lulu is all about. It's just bringing tons of utility to your team. You've got the shields and the speed ups and the health buffs. It's just brings so much, and especially with that Evelyn as well. Just they're going to work so well together coming into this kind of now we're going to start seeing them to maybe start grouping up and trying to pressure objectives and things.
Yeah, I expect to see this bot lane tower and the mid lane tower getting pressured quite quickly. Tessin getting taken down a little bit by Chaos coming from the side. He's going to be able to back away that Lulu. Doing a lot of damage when she gets her skills off, but not quite able to get the combination there onto Syndra. And we see Zyro rotating towards mid lane as well, trying to protect this tower, but that leaves Lucian and Morgana in the bot lane to push against MF, who has not been having fun. 0-4-2 at the moment against that Lucian, who's pop culling to push away this wave and going to go for the tower. Oh, but there's the counter ultimate. coming out from Mistress Fortune, but there's another wave coming, and they're going to be able to get this tower pretty darn easy. He's going to go in. Heimenkling gets taken very low. He's going to lose this fight. 5 for Stace on that Lucian, gets the kill, and that is his 4th kill of the game. Ooh, Tessin getting taken very low in here as Syndra unleashed power. It's enough. Ignite is ticking. There is the egg, but he's got no mana and isn't going to be able to fight this one. As well, here comes Zinzao into the bot. A nice binding, actually missing there. Agni's Embrace came in though. Stranglethorns is down. Manic gets taken out there by Lucian in the backline. Pooman, who is not in a good position here on the Zyra. Dandy Chap chasing it down. Double kill. Tessin going to get dived here by an Anivia. The bird is flapping around that tower as much as she can, and there's the kill. 3-1-1 on that Anivia.
I think both of those fights just completely summarized how this game has gone. Yeah. Tessin has been playing this Syndra well. I think he's been playing it well. There's, you know, I mean, his score doesn't reflect that, but every single time it's just not been his day. And just great binding there from Mr. Smickles onto Heimenklinger, and that's just another kill in that bot lane now. The snowball is well and truly on, and the gold is just flowing.
Yeah, Heimenklinger has been clinging onto those bindings as much as he could today. It's just, like, he hasn't wanted to miss one.
No, that's. I think is what Heimenklinger is doing. Is he's really just kind of just saying, well, let's give Mr. Smickles a really good hit ratio and just make him look like he's got amazing bindings.
Yeah.
I think, you know, good guy Heimenklinger really is what this is about.
It's just helping out his opposition.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get them that KDA, and of course KDA is all that matters. Yeah, very close in the top lane, not quite able to get the kill. Nice flash away by Baby Buns, but you wonder, like, how does he have to flash that much when there's a tower? You've got intervention. It's a lot easier for you to be able to survive as Kayle than on most other champions. Pooman, who taken down to half health, he's going to have to back away, and this tower is going to get pushed in the bot lane. He's actually decided not to go back, and the Dark Binding actually misses there. Pooman, who not in cahoots with Heimenklinger as to how they should deal with those bindings.
Nice little grassing roots, but Pooman, who well and truly out of position.
Oh, flashes away. Crystallize just on the wrong side. Heimenklinger actually going to chase Last Light here a little bit, but look at the damage. Deary me. Pops that bullet.
Nice bit of damage returned back, though.
Yeah, and actually a kill in the mid lane. Syndra, Tessin there, picking up the kill onto Chaos, who still had wild growth, so probably not the best play there. From
showing the power of that Syndra Unleash power combo. So good.
Agony's Embrace onto Syndra. It's going to be the hate spikes chasing onto him. Is it going to be enough? He's managed to land that ball. It's going to be able to get away. Stranglethorns comes in. Oh, nice binding from the side on Pooman Who, but that is not the target they were chasing, so they have to back away.
Yeah, just not a lot really to be said about this game at the moment. It's not going well for Poro Liberation Front really, and I think you can see that in the kind of uncoordinated efforts of the lanes, just not able to kind of work together. And I think the vision kind of exemplifies part of that as well. We've seen solid. I mean, it's just recently run out now, but we saw solid vision from Mingeberry Crunch in that top side jungle when they wanted to push up those top mid lanes, and then
what damage was that in the top lane? Baby Buns melted down, has to pop the intervention. He got half health by a Glitter Lance.
Glitter Lance is doing 260 plus 169. Wow. And there's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Last Light going to get caught out here a little bit on Anivia. Tessin is chasing this, but doesn't actually get the stun off. But look at that damage coming out from the Glacial Storm as well. He's going to get taken down. Pooman Who, nope, you're dead. Oh, the passive is not going to be enough. Flashed away there by Anivia.
That flash.
Heimenklinger trying to chase in. Does actually manage to get in there, but he's going to get melted. What on earth? It's a 2v4 at the moment. They're going to keep chasing. Look at that Glitter Lance. So much damage down onto Kayle. Hasn't got the intervention. She's going to go down as well. There we go. Chaos picks up that one, and it's an ace. No, it's not. Zinzao is still alive, but is hanging out in the base. Yeah, he's given up. They are going to let them push and win this game. And I think
we're going to see the impending surrender at 20.
I'm not surprised that NBC have won this game after the first 15 minutes or so. Last Light going to try and get some damage onto Tessin. There is the egg. He's still alive. And nice binding again. Bullet time coming out, but not actually enough to hit that Anivia. And MF, you are not in a good position anymore. Here comes Lucian, Blade of the Ruin King, culling, and that is 1 dead MF.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the game here, and just solid play from the Mingeberry Crunch. Just solid laning, solid rotations, and just slow and steady pushing that into that base. And we saw really what Anivia can do when she gets she gets very far ahead, and the damage output that she has is just it's incredible, really.
It's amazing damage, and
Yeah.
it's just across the board. CS lead, advantages taken with those dragons as well, and then of course the extra 20 kills do help. 21 kills to help. Another kill there for Lucy, and he is 9-2, and we are only 20 minutes into the game, or 19 and a half, not even 20 minutes yet.
Mr. Smickles, though, I think we should really just highlight how solid his bindings have been all game long.
Yeah,
he set them up at level 1, and he's setting them up at level 11, and not you know, and that's one of the problems with Morgana. If you can't hit your bindings, you're not very useful.
Yeah, if you can't dodge bindings as well.
Yes, that's good. That does become a significant problem in this game.
Well, 2-1 and 13 on that Morgana. Has the Mikhails already as well. Oh, nice binding hitting Heimenklinger there. He's going to get taken out. But we did actually see Chaos going down there on the Lulu. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a dead Syndra.
That Anivia wall pushed him into the stun. Pushed him into it. Fantastic little move.
Very well played there by Last Light on Anivia. And I do expect to see either a surrender or just the game being won now for
yes.
For MB.
We've got super minions coming in all 3 lanes. They're 20k gold ahead and ahead of 22 kills. I think this is impending surrender.
Impending surrender. When you've got 2 super minions coming down each lane, and the super minions themselves, let's have a quick click on this. Okay, so they've got 245 AD. Oh no, this one's got 245 AD, 325 move speed, and how much armor? 30 armor. Okay, compared to your Mistress Fortune, who has 177 AD. So they've got 70 more AD than your AD carry, and there's 2 of them in each lane. I think you need to start being a little bit worried about whether or not you might win the game.
Oh, they've now got 417 AD.
Oh, okay, upgraded.
I think they get upgraded when all 3 fall.
Oh, okay.
Sounds about. Oh.
And they've got that 3,000 health as well. Dandy Chap is unstoppable. He gets another kill for himself. Poohman, who is not in a good position, Crystallize comes out, and he gets taken out by that Anivia, who is now 8-1 and 5, and just 38 kills, and we're 21 minutes into the game. It's a kill and a half a second. Well, it's more than a minute, sorry, not a second. That would be incredible. A kill and a half a second. Anyway, that's going to be a good game. MBC will take the win in 21 minutes and 50 seconds. Yes. So well played to them. 14,000 gold lead in 21 minutes. I'll take it. 24,000 gold lead.
Yes, I was going to say you've missed 10k there,
yeah.
Sona.
Little bit short on that one.
I think the troublesome question here is going to be, who do we give MVP to?
I really don't know.
I think we should give it to Mr. Smickles, because I thought his Morgana was beautiful.
It was a beautiful Morgana, I must admit. So.
I think we should give it to Mr. Smickles.
Well, Mr. Smickles gets the MVP from us. I've been Sona, my co-host has been Grosh. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Hopefully we'll get the next game set up pretty quickly and we can get straight into it. And that is going to be between, let me just find out.
That is between Thresh Vibes and the Connor bus. Bus driver Connor. Bus
driver Connor and Thresh Vibes. I like the name Thresh Vibes. It's a very well named.
We saw Thresh Vibes last week, actually, when I was casting before, and I think they have shown a lot of potential. In this league.
Excellent. Okay, well, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Cyber Gaming UK LOL League, Week 2, Day 1. Thanks for watching.